I probably get about, 100 questions a week. So what I try to do is I try to take out the negative ones where they're just complaining about who I am or about the way my fiance looks, or I get a lot of great questions. So I thought once a week I'll just go ahead and read the questions for the week.
My name is Dr. Mike Moriearty.
I've been working with whole body vibration for, 20 years now. So this stuff is like common knowledge. So sometimes people have questions from other videos they're seeing or other information they got on their website. So what's the best thing to do is just have like a coffee and questions with Dr. Mike. So I'm going to go ahead and read these questions. There's 11 that I thought were pretty good. Okay. Are there particular settings which work best for balance, for weight loss, for muscle strength? It's a great question. Okay, for balance, it's going to be standing on it with your perfect posture, and you're kind of moving back and forth. So that's more or less it's called postural reeducation. It's a code that we use in chiropractic that actually is very beneficial. Now, when it comes to weight loss and muscle strength, now, there's a thing that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Joe Weider called the grandfather of bodybuilding. They came up back in the early 70s with called the confusion principle. It was the principles of bodybuilding. The body needs constant change. It needs change. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, you'll plateau, guaranteed. That's why you see so many people that work out, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and they just seem never to change. It's because they're stuck in plateaus. They're not constantly doing variations. Now, if you watch fighters, you watch, like CrossFitters, man, they're constantly always aware of the plateaus, so they're always doing something like sprinting hills, changing the oxygen levels by putting those masks on or going up in altitude, by sprinting one day, endurance one day, swimming, bike riding, so you're constantly doing variation. Now, same with whole body vibration. You always change, because what's nice about our machine and other high-end machines is that we have two motors that you can modify the vibrational patterns so that you can always continually get a change, so the body's always experiencing something just slightly different. And this is how you prevent plateaus. Now, it comes to weight loss. Weight loss is going to come down to diet. Dieting without exercising, you're going to lose more muscle than fat, because the body's always going to hold on to fat, because fat is used for protection, for heat conservation, for times of famine. Now, when it comes to weight loss, that's going to always come down to diet. But to diet without exercising, you're going to lose more muscle than fat. So when it comes down to, when you're thinking about fat loss, you always got to think about body fat doesn't come from fat. It's just break it, play, simplify it. 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle. Which two things are going to give you 8 times more results than going the other route? So when it comes down to like losing body fat, you need to drop the carbs. And then by exercising, especially the whole body vibration, you're going to drop down the blood sugar. Like carbohydrates in your blood. Your body can't burn fat because it has to go one, then the other. They don't work together. Now, I'm simplifying this. There are exceptions, but the bulk of the body, it either runs on carbohydrates, when those are gone, and then it switches over to ketosis, which is a fat burning property. So when it comes down to losing weight, vibration works insanely well by dropping the blood sugar out of the blood, so the body goes into ketosis much faster. Very important. When it comes to weight loss, if you are muscle gain, you got to work out on the machine. You can't just stand on it, because that's for balance, that's for circulation, that's going to be for lymphatic flow, that's what, like, more for clinic use is going to be standing and doing stretches on it. Exercising is more of a gym type setting where you're doing push-ups, sit-ups, lunges, kettlebell swings, light weights on the vibration plate, which is going to amplify it 1,000%. I can't tell you this. Okay, so when it comes to muscle strength, you got to exercise on it. For example, I can go in and bench press 315 for 10 reps any day of the week. But when I train hard, I've already hit 20 reps for 315, and that's clean form. I cannot do 20 push-ups At my strongest points when I'm training for reps where I'm trying to get myself a little bit more bulky, especially in the wintertime, I can't do 20 push-ups on a vibration plate. I can barely do 10, but I can go bench press 315, which is close to, it's like 80 pounds over, it's like 60 pounds over my body weight, 70 pounds over my body weight. So yes, the machine helps with balance, weight loss, muscle gain, but each one is going to have a different approach. I hope that helped. I know it's a long-edged question. Can it help with chronic illnesses? It depends on what you mean by chronic illnesses. Does it help with cancer? Not really. Now, when you say help, will it make the body more resilient, ability to fight infection or fight disease easier? Yes. Anything that's going to improve circulation, improve the oxygenation of the body, which is going to help healing. Anything that's going to remove lymphatic flow, the lymphatic drainage, which is all the sewer system, get the bad stuff out of the body, let the good stuff come in for circulation. It's going to help in all aspects. It's going to make the body be able to fight the disease at a higher state. Now, just understand that disease means disease, not easy. So when you understand that disease means the body's not working easy. So let's just go ahead and use the terms for what it is, because I know that a lot of people, when I talk to them, they don't quite understand what these Latin words mean. So I'm going to clarify that. Hello, doc. I had a breast op. Mastectomy last year. I want to reduce my weight. I bought the Power Fit. Like, he bought a cheaper one, but I use it after my lymphoma in my arms, ribs is painful. Though, do I carry on using? Okay, I hope I read that right. Okay, you have breast cancer. You're post-cancer patient. So you want to reduce weight, but you're noticing that your lymph nodes are getting sore. Now, the problem with these cheaper plates, there's some good ones out there, but as a chiropractor, I'm more concerned about long-term use, heavy use, and potential problems. I'm always looking for potential problems. The inexpensive plates, it's easier to make like a cast steel, like device that has a gear on it that goes up and down. What's going to happen is that because it's metal, it goes from down to up with no delay. So it's not going to like go up and then go down. It's not going to like wave. It's just going to go up, down. Now with acceleration, like a car, you hit the gas from 0 to 60 and say like at 60 you let off the gas. Just like a vibration plate, it has to continue to accelerate. It has to keep getting faster and faster before it stops at the top. And that's how you get a full range of acceleration. Okay, the cheaper units with the metal top, they just go from 0 to full speed, so you're not getting a full accelerated repetition. And secondly, because it goes from 0 to full speed with no acceleration through it, it puts a really initial jolt into these joints, and this is where you can run into problems, especially if your joints are older. That's when I see people that say they're using the machine and they start using it a lot, they start noticing they get really sore in the joints. Not with ours, but with these other plates. It's all because of the construction of the top. The top there's no forgiveness. It goes from 0 to full speed. It's very effective at manufacturing. It means you can drop the machine's price into the production of these machines dramatically by doing it this way, but you're not going to get the results like you can. Because a lot of these companies that claim all these results, they're claiming it on machines like mine or the Power Plate or other machines, and they're taking this research or these tests and they're switching it over to their plate thinking that it's the same, but it's not the same. It's the different construction top. You're sore probably because of the way the machine's built. Start off at a really slow speed if you have to. Okay, I bought a quite a big machine. It has handles that go all the way around it. It's hard to do exercise on it. This is a long thing, but here's the thing. A lot of these machines, they're always trying to find a unique selling point. They're trying to like put these bars around it, or they're trying to put all these bells and whistles, radios, TVs, like pulse rate monitors. I can't tell you as a doctor, this stuff it's a joke. It's the more gadgets they throw into it, it's to hide the cheapness of the machine. You look at an exotic car, it's stripped down. I mean, when you're looking at a high-end exercise equipment, it doesn't have the bells and whistles, because that's what phones are for. You can listen to your music on your phone. You want your pulse rate, just go like this. Because here's the thing. It's going to give you a false positive reading. It's going to be false reading because the whole body shakes your whole body. So when you're holding on these things, secondly, you're taking away the effectiveness of the vibration by causing you to balance on it by holding onto the machine. But also, it's measuring for muscle pulses. So every time a muscle pulses, it produces an electromagnetic impulse that can be seen with equipment. So when you're holding on to these things, it's trying to give you an accurate reading of your pulse rate. The problem is that your chest muscles are pulsing because it's trying to stay in balance. Your muscles in your back and in your core are all fighting to stay in balance. So it's going to give you these awkward readings. So if you see a pulse rate monitor on a plate, it's garbage because they're hiding something from you by putting these bells and whistles into it. I hate being negative, but man, it's just crazy. Okay, I've been using every day for 10 minutes and I feel great. Treadmill is a joke. I tell people. Here's the thing about treadmill, and I know this video is going to be long. Locomotion, when the body, a bipedal, a two-legged being, ourselves, you measure calorie burn from moving from point A to point B. And then you look at the elevation or the decline. You're looking at the temperatures outside. All this has variations on how it works and how it burns calories. Male, female, age, how fast, things of this nature. Now here's the thing, the problem with the treadmill is you got a track that's moving like this. So when you lift a leg up, you're not taking your body weight from here to here. What you're doing is you're lifting your legs up, and the machine is assisting you with probably 60 to 70% of the calorie burn. That's why you can run a mile on a treadmill easier than you can run a mile outside, because the treadmill is helping you because it's constantly moving, so you're not moving your body along it. It's doing majority of the work for you. I hope that makes sense, because treadmills are good, but why buy a treadmill when you can literally walk outside? I mean, you can literally walk outside. It's healthier. You burn more calories. Whole body vibration, you can't duplicate that. You might be able to jump on a trampoline fast, or maybe go start racing motocross, because I mean there's so much. Look at one of the most taxing sports to the human body by measuring the heart rates and things of this nature. One of the most strenuous sports, soccer's here, was even way more strenuous than soccer, which is constantly sprinting. Motocross racers, because you're sitting on a motorcycle, it's jarring like this, and your body is constantly trying to keep your head stationary, and it's just fighting all this energy and trying to find a way to absorb it. That's why, most of these motocross racers, they have when they're racing, their heart rate's at 180 and up for the whole race. And heart rate is just one way to tell you that the moving blood means it's burning oxygen. If you're using oxygen, that means it's burning calories. It's using muscle. It keeps going on like that. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. Okay, it does work. My friend uses it, and she is in awesome shape. It's true. I mean, people that use it and actually understand that to drop your carbs, exercise, and stand on it, use kettle bags, the things that we sell also, use that stuff. It's hard to match it. Doctor, can I sit on the vibration plate to do the lotus yoga position? Yes. Yes, my fiance does it all the time. She has spondylosis she has a sacralization of the L5. That means her sacrum, her hips have a bone that kind of grew off into her fifth lumbar. So she has a congenital fusion. So biomechanically, her lower back's in bad shape. But vibration and chiropractic care, we strengthen up her core. She sits on there and she does stretching, because by sitting on and stretching, it's a little less aggressive than standing. And she no longer has back problems. And you can go watch her interview where she talks about how bad it was at one time. So yes, you can stand, you can sit on it. But I always recommend put a mat down, those yoga mats, just so it's not so hard on your tailbone. Okay, so I feel my vibration plate is lessening my leg and thighs, it means reducing the fat, but does not seem to be helping my upper body. My muffin top, shoulders, and being okay. That's because you've been lied to that you could stand on the machine and burn fat. You'll notice that you get tighter, but remember that fat is stored energy. Muscle, you exercise to get stronger, more resilient, to stay younger, feel younger, to keep the ligaments and the joints fresh and healthy, keep the circulation going. You diet to get off this unwanted stored energy. They work together, but they're different. Dieting without exercising, you're going to lose all muscle. Exercising while dieting, you're going to get stronger, you're going to feel better, but you're not going to look better. So you got to understand is that I always tell people, take a picture of everything you eat during the day. Take your phone, picture, and then at the end you can put it into you could log it into like a little diary, a food diary, what you eat. Look at the carbohydrates. Now drop them in half. So if you have a cup of rice, have half a cup of rice. You have 2 pieces of toast, have 1 piece of toast. If you have potatoes, have a whole potato, have 1 potato or half a potato. Just drop your carbs in half and see what happens. Give yourself 7 to 10 days. Monitor, drink water, and don't cheat. And then if it's still not coming off, drop that half in half so you eat them quarter. Trust me, I'll go 30, 40 days without having 0 carbs, where I just eat meat, grass-fed meat, and that's when I feel the best. Except this is all because I have some kind of allergy going on. I think something happened where my skin broke out, so I go on these diets, and I take away all things that could cause inflammation in my body, which food allergies will do, which it's going to reduce my ability to heal, thus making me these problems not go away. Here's what vibration plates are strong enough? Please recommend one. I think one of the best, most bang for the buck is our plate. I mean, for 16, I was paying $9,000, $10,000, $11,000 for the plates in my clinic, and they were nowhere near as strong as the stuff I had. And then they had to pay for shipping and all that other stuff. So I would invest between $10,000 to $11,000 on a plate, and they don't even hold a candle to what I sell. I know that this was a long time ago, like 20 years ago. I believe our plate's one of the best plates for the money wise, because it has 2 motors, 3 vibrations. It's steel construction, 150 pounds. It has the correct top. It has the motors are strong enough you can put all your weight on one side or the other without the machine jarring up. The frame is built so solid. There's 6 chromoly bolts holding each motor in. There's framing going through that's literally gonna prevent this thing from distorting where the belts can start slipping. It's practically bulletproof. It's not Windex proof, because it seems like a lot of people are cleaning their machines with Windex and it gets underneath the knobs, which is the easy fix. But and sometimes people blow the fuses because they have too many things plugged in to an outlet. Easy fix. But when it comes down to just gross negligence, these machines never break. It's always the little things like using the wrong cleaning products. Okay, the last question is, can you tell me how many calories you burn in 10 minutes in a workout? Age, your sex, how warm or cold it is outside, genetics, exercising versus standing. Are you doing it all? There's so many variables to it. A 200-pound man is going to burn more calories than a 100-pound woman. It's because he has more mass to control. Secondly, 70-80% of all the calories you eat are for body heat. I mean, literally, it's to control heat, to keep your body at 98.6 degrees. So our body is nothing more than a giant furnace, and the leftover energy for keeping the body warm is mechanical motion and nerve impulses. So when you talk about how many calories it burns, you're looking at it through the wrong lens. Look at it, it's how fast does it lower your blood sugar? Because the blood sugar, it's called the 100 switch. So normally your blood sugar is between 80 on the low and 120 on the high, but now they just moved to 140 because there's so much sugar in the diets that everybody was pre-diabetic, so they raised it to 140. 80 to 140. Now, the 100 switch is that it varies between people. Some people might be 110, some people might be 90, but the general consensus is that whenever the blood sugar goes under 100, you then go in hypoglycemia. This means your hypo means low blood sugar levels. At this point, the body will then convert to a fat-burning system. It's all through the mitochondria. It's all through the Krebs cycle and ketosis. Now, when it goes below 100, body's in hypoglycemia. Now the body's going to burn sugar. It's going to burn sugar. It's going to burn the sugar up, then it's going to switch over to ketosis, fat burning. When it's above 100, your body can't burn fat until it gets the sugar out of there. Now the goal is that when you're trying to lose body fat, your body can't burn the fat if there's too much sugar in the blood. It's that simple. Okay, this is Dr. Mike Moriearty. This is Question and Answer with Dr. Mike. If you have any questions, leave them below. Every week I'm going to try to do this every week. I'll see how it goes a few times. But it's Dr. Mike. Thank you, and have a great day.